Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's class. Today, I wanted to focus on a stretching sequence, a yoga sequence that supports us in cultivating that internal peace. And so today we're going to hold poses for a longer period of time versus going through a flow. And as we hold, I invite you to deeply connect to the breath. Allow the breath to get you to the other side of the pose so that we can maintain that internal strength and internal peace. So I've seen a lot of people with all that's going on in the world get very much uprooted and very, very affected by everything that's going on, which of course it's important to see, to feel, to process. But when we allow ourselves to get fully pulled and get into a reactive state, it disrupts our internal peace and our physical health. So again, today we want to focus on slowing down, holding poses, building strength, using the power and wisdom of our breath to stay in a peaceful vibration. So we'll start, as always, in a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And just take a moment to arrive on our mats today. Body, mind, and spirit. First, scanning the physical body. Letting go of any tightness, any tension. Allowing the shoulders to drop from the ears. And allowing each cycle of breath to bring us deeper into presence and into peace. When we can slow down and control the breath, we can then control the mind. So we're getting pulled in other directions, getting caught up in the chaos of the world, we can always return to our breath, return to that state of internal and grounded peace, so that we can choose to respond from peace and love instead of react out of fear, out of doubt. And this is what we will put into practice on our mats today, holding pose, slowing things down, using the power and wisdom of the breath so that we can build that strength and maintain our internal peace, even through the midst of the chaos. We'll gently open the eyes and begin in child's pose today. So knees are apart, heels together. We'll shift the weight back over the heels and walk the arms out, forehead comes down to the mat. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And just take a moment here to settle into child's pose, surrendering as we bow onto the earth. One of my favorite quotes by Viktor Frankl is, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, we have the power to choose our response. And in that space lies our freedom." So today, during our class, during our practice, we're going to enter into that space between stimulus and response. A space of presence where we can slow things down, reconnect to our heart, and then choose to respond to life from that place. On the inhale, taking hands all the way to the right-hand side, exhaling when you get there. Pausing here for a few nourishing rounds of breath, sending breath all the way down the side body to the base of the seat. And then releasing it back out into the world. On the inhale, hands come back to center. Exhale, going to the other side, really reaching through the fingertips and opening up space in the body as we continue to breathe. On the inhale, gently coming back to center, child's pose. From here, coming on to all fours, wrists are directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we'll begin some very slow and mindful cat-cows. On the inhale, dropping shoulders from the ears, tilting the chin up. On the exhale, very gently tucking chin into chest, rounding through the spine. Inhale to come forward, cow pose. On the exhale, gently rounding cat pose. Taking a few more rounds at the pace of your own breath. Inviting you to close the eyes, bringing the awareness further within. Just allowing your breath to guide you through your mindful movement this morning. Two more full rounds wherever you're at. Again, following the pace of your own breath. And pausing in center. From here, we're going to extend the right leg behind us, toes meet the ground. We're going to take it across the body to the left-hand side and look over the left shoulder at the extended toes, pausing here. Getting a deeper opening and stretch through the side body. And continuing to breathe. On the inhale, knee comes back to center. And then we go on to the other side. So we'll release the left leg behind, toes meet the ground, taking it across the body to the right-hand side, looking over the right shoulder. And just sending nourishing breath all the way down the body through the tips of the toes. Continuing to breathe as we hold. Next inhale brings us back to center. From here, walking hands forward, forehead comes down to the mat, hips stay lifted above the knees. Anahata heart melting pose, also known as puppy dog. Forehead meets the mat. We gently shift our weight back over the hips, getting a deep stretch and opening through the armpits, the shoulders, the chest, the back of the neck, and the upper back. Taking a few deep rounds of nourishing breath here, sending breath all the way down the spine. On the next inhale, coming forward, Sphinx pose. So we lower the hips, drop the elbows and forearms down to the ground. Inhale to press through the arms, looking up toward the sky. And pausing here, really dropping the shoulders from the ears, opening up through the throat. And pausing here, continuing to breathe. As we open up the throat is the bridge between the heart and the mind. We often, when we react to the external world, it's coming from our mind only. But when we silence the external noise and chaos, bring our awareness within and connect to our hearts, we're able to hear our deepest truths without the ego, without the human mind getting in the way. And when we tap into that heart, we see the world through a lens of compassion. We see us all as a whole, as one heart beating, wanting love and wanting to be loved. We judge less. Actually, in the heart space, there is no room for judgment. We see all humans as equal on the same journey, just doing the best that we can. And when we tap into the heart and open that bridge of the throat, we can then communicate that truth with love. And then our mind will follow. It will open, it will expand. Instead of staying closed, and instead of being judgmental. And that whole process brings us to a sense of internal peace. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to lower the chest, taking the arms by our sides at a 90-degree angle, cheek meets the mat. On the inhale, we're going to take the right knee all the way up to the elbow, getting a stretch through the hip. Pausing here for a few rounds of breath. On the inhale, we're going to press the right hand into the ground. We're going to take the leg gently up and over, pausing here, getting a stretch through the opposite shoulder. Just barely lifting the leg. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly releasing, hands come back down. From here, opposite cheek meets the mat. We'll inhale the left knee all the way up to the left elbow as much as we can, pausing here, getting a stretch through the hip. On the next inhale, left hand plants into the ground. We're just gently going to take the left leg, toes can meet the ground, or just gently lift it in the air to get a stretch through the right shoulder. One more deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming back down, we'll press the hands underneath the chest, and then we're going to inhale into upward facing dog. So it's a bit of a deeper back bend, really pressing into the hands, dropping shoulders from the ears, looking up toward the sky. We'll take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to shift the weight back over the heels, modified child's pose. Taking a very gentle and mindful flow, we'll inhale, coming back forward, dropping hips, dropping shoulders, upward facing dog. On the exhale, gently shifting weight back, modified child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale, gently coming forward, dropping hips, dropping shoulders, looking up. On the exhale, shifting weight back. 1 more round here. Inhale, coming forward, pausing here. On the exhale, we shift the weight back. From here, we're going to bring the knees and heels together, tucking the back toes, having a seat on the feet. We'll inhale the arms up. On the exhale, gently twisting to the right-hand side. We'll inhale, coming through center. On the exhale, gently twisting to the left. 1 more each side, inhaling to center. On the exhale, we twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale, coming through center. We'll lace the thumbs together. We're going to inhale, reaching up toward the sky, looking up toward the sky. Just feeling the opening. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, clasping the fingers behind the head, and we'll place it just at the base of the skull, looking up, pressing the head and neck into the hands, opening through the shoulders, through the chest, looking all the way up toward the sky. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing the hands, coming onto all fours. From here, we're going to step forward with the right foot into a low lunge. Hands frame the foot to begin, and we'll shift the hips forward. Taking a breath here. We'll plant the left hand to the inside of the foot. Inhale to reach the right arm up toward the sky. Getting a gentle twist through the spine, holding here for a few rounds of breath. Feeling the gentle opening and expansion as we simultaneously strengthen and stretch. 1 more deep inhale here. On the exhale, hands frame the foot and we come up to low lunge. First, bringing the hands to the hips. We'll shift the weight forward. Knee is directly over the ankle, shifting weight forward. From here, we'll inhale, reaching arms up toward the sky. Exhale, dropping shoulders from the ears, settling into a low lunge. Pausing here, continuing to breathe. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. Hands come down to the mat, framing the foot. Hips come back over the heels. Option to grab the toes with the opposite hand, pulling them in toward the body. Deepening the stretch. Pausing here. Maybe slightly tucking the chin into the chest to release the back of the neck. On the inhale, walking forward again, reaching arms up, low lunge. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, hands come to the heart. We'll inhale at center. On the exhale, we twist. Right elbow meets the knee, and we look over the right shoulder toward the sky. If you're wanting to charge the pose today, you can curl the back toes and lift the back knee, or you can keep it lowered. 2 more rounds of breath here. On the exhale, dropping the knee if lifted, untucking the toes, reaching back up, low lunge. We'll take a deep breath here. On the exhale, hands frame the foot, and we'll send the leg back, finding ourselves on all fours. From here, going on to the other side, we'll inhale, stepping forward with the left foot, pausing here. So hands frame the foot, again, finding our foundation, shifting hips forward. Right hand stays planted, left arm inhales to reach up toward the sky, spinal twist. Continuing to breathe here as we hold for an extra breath. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, rounding down, lifting up hips, hands come to the hips. Again, really shifting the hips forward, knees directly over the ankles, setting that foundation. And then on the inhale, reaching arms up toward the sky, dropping the shoulders from the ears. Pausing here and allowing your breath to support you through the stretch. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, straightening through the front leg, hands frame the foot, toes come up toward the sky. Option to grab the toes with the opposite hand, pulling them in slightly toward the body to deepen the stretch. Also option to tuck the chin in toward the chest to release the back of the neck. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming forward, arms lift, low lunge. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhaling here. On the exhale, twisting, right elbow meets the knee. We look over the left shoulder toward the sky. If you charge the pose on the other side, option to do it again. So we'll tuck the back toes, lift the back leg as we hold and breathe. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, dropping knee, untucking toes, coming back through center, arms reach. We'll take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, hands frame the foot. We'll send the leg back in a downward facing dog. From here, we'll inhale, stepping to the top of the mat, pausing in a forward fold. We'll gently bring the feet together, toes to touch, micro bend through the knees. On the inhale, we'll take the arms and wrap them behind the knees, grabbing onto opposite shoulders. We'll tuck the chin into the chest to release the back of the neck, allowing gravity to pull you down. From here, option to slightly straighten through the legs to deepen the stretch through the neck, the upper back, the shoulders. Pausing here for a few rounds. Allowing gravity to do the work. You just focusing on your breath. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing arms to the ground. We'll take the feet about hip width distance apart, micro bend the knees, and then slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Hands meet at the top. Exhale, hands come to the heart. From here, inhaling at center. On the exhale, we're going to take a seat. So feet are hip-width distance apart, spine is in neutral. We sit down, arms reach out toward the ears, or you can have them at the heart. So pausing here in chair pose, again, spine is in neutral. So releasing the tailbone, and we're going to hold. So setting that strong foundation, grounded into the earth, we're going to feel the fire begin to build. So this is an invitation to tap into the power and wisdom of the breath, to stay calm, to stay grounded, centered, and at peace, even while we are being challenged. So continue focusing on the breath, knowing that you are strong, you are confident, you are capable, you are powerful, and you can be so while also remaining at peace. One more deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to reach up toward the sky, arms lift, pausing here. From here on the inhale, we're going to open up the arms 90 degrees by our sides, tucking the shoulder blades in, looking up toward the sky. Feeling the opening and expansion of the heart. Again, to live a life of peace, of joy, of bliss, we must open our hearts so that we can dive deep within. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to take the hands behind. Inhale, opening up the chest. We're going to step a little bit wider than the hips as we hold here. Looking up toward the sky again, expanding and opening the heart. When we can connect to that heart, that common thread, that same vibration of which we are all born and of where we all die, when we can connect to that, we can find compassion, see each and every human as equal, and acknowledge and know that everyone is on their journey doing the best that they can. We'll take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, diving forward, hands come above the head. Really reaching through the fingers and the hands to deeper opening through the chest. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, gently bending the knees, slowly coming up with a flat back. We'll step back, feet back to hip-width distance apart, releasing the hands. From here, taking a step back with the right leg into warrior two. So back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. We'll take a deep bend in the front knee. So finding that balance between both feet by pressing to the outside edge of the back foot. On the inhale, we reach arms up. Exhale, allowing the shoulders to drop from the ears, warrior two. So again, finding that internal strength and foundation within, knowing that we are supported by the earth beneath us. We'll begin to reach forward and reach back, continuing to move, so symbolizing the external forces and things that are happening around us, but finding that strength and stability to stay grounded on both feet in stillness and in peace. So being pulled forward and back. And then we'll find stillness in the center, warrior two. Again, knowing that you have the power to pause in this space, this sacred space, and choose to respond to life instead of react. When we respond from a calm and loving place. When we react, we're reacting out of fear, out of doubt. And when we're in that space, we can cause physical pain, physical harm, inflammation, anxiety, stress. The physical manifestation of that occurs when we allow our internal peace to be affected by the external world. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, reaching forward, elbow comes down to knee, finding side angle, feeling that opening through the side body, really reaching. And continuing to breathe as we open and expand. 2 more rounds of breath here. Allowing your breath to guide you. Inhale, coming through center. On the exhale, flipping the palm, reaching for the back of the room. Exalted Warrior, keeping that deep bend in the front knee. And just noticing if it's starting to scream at you, or notice if that fire is building, knowing that that fire is your courage, your power, your strength. And continuing to breathe as we hold. On the inhale, coming back to Warrior Two. From here, we're going to take hands to the hips, pivoting the front foot so that we're in a wide-legged stance. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, we're going to come down with a straight spine, flat back, allowing the hands to come down to the ground, releasing the head, tucking chin into the chest. Wide-legged forward fold. Taking a round of breath here. On the inhale, walking hands all the way to the right-hand side. And if it's in your practice, we're going to take a deep bend of the right knee. Opposite toes reach up toward the sky. Pausing here so hands can frame the foot. So you may stay here, or to challenge the pose and challenge your balance today, we're going to inhale the hands to the heart. So just noticing how the weight shifts. Noticing if you can still find balance even through the challenge. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, option to release the arms in whatever fashion works for you. Again, still seeing if you can maintain that balance and that peace even when we are being pulled out of our center. And also knowing if you can't, or it's not in your practice today to stay balanced, just smile and laugh and be gentle with yourself. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, hands come back down. We're going to straighten through the leg, walk the hands through center, and go on to the other side. So deeply bending through the left knee, right toes point up toward the sky. Hands frame the foot here. Again, option to pause here, or we're going to inhale, hands to the heart. Again, pausing here, and just noticing where you're at today. On the exhale, option to release the arms, further challenging the pose, challenging the physical body, the mind, and seeing if you can stay centered, grounded, and at peace. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, hands come back down. We press ourselves back through center, pausing here. And then we'll gently bend through the knees, bringing the hands up to the thighs. We'll inhale, coming up with a flat back, finding Warrior Two on the other side. So this time, right knee is forward, left foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat, and you may be looking away from me now. So going to the back of your mat, finding Warrior Two. So again, that deep bend in the front knee, pressing to the outside edge of the back foot to ensure that weight is balanced, dropping the shoulders from the ears, pausing here. Again, from here, we're going to reach forward, reach back, getting pulled into the past, pulled into the future, where depression and anxiety live, pulling, 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 chaos in the world, and then, finding stillness, finding balance, finding your center as we stay grounded with our foundation, always bringing it back to your breath, allowing your breath to bring you to a state of internal peace. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, reaching forward, elbow comes down to knee, side angle, pausing here. Taking a few rounds of breath here, really opening and creating space in the body. One more round of breath. And we slowly float through center. We'll inhale here. On the exhale, flipping the front palm, reaching for the back. Deep bend remains in the front knee. Exalted Warrior. Again, feeling the power and the strength of the pose. Knowing that you have the power to choose. To choose to be affected and ungrounded from the external world. and all that's going on, or you can choose to remain in your truth, in your heart. You can choose to surrender to the ego and the monkey mind of humanity, or you can choose to tap into your heart, which comes from the divine. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, finding warrior two. From here, we're going to shift the feet again, but we're going to pull the heels in, toes out. From here, inhale, pausing here in goddess pose. So taking a seat, knees are bent, arms can be however you want, finding your own personal power in this moment as we also open the heart. Pausing here, again, feeling the fire burn within and knowing that you can sit in the fire, but also return to the breath and maintain that sense of internal peace. Because it's in that peace and in the heart that you will be able to respond to life instead of react. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we find warrior two, the other side, step to the top of our mats. From here, we're going to take a seat into a squat. So taking the feet just a little bit farther than hip width distance, we're going to come down into a squat using your hands to get into your best squat position. It's okay if the heels are lifted if you can't fully sit down, but finding whatever version of a squat works for you today. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. The elbows are going to press the knees open as we straighten through the spine, looking up toward the sky. So stretching through the hips, allowing ourselves to release as we near the end of our practice today. So we hold a lot of old, unhealthy, stale energy within our hips, old habits and beliefs that don't serve us. So as we stretch through the hips on our mats, always allowing it to support us in release. So releasing anything that doesn't serve us anymore, anything that is taking away from our internal peace. Choosing to let it go, let it release out of our bodies so that we can live in peace, in harmony, and in our most vibrant health. When we hold on to anxiety, stress, and get uprooted by everything going on in the world, it affects our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And this is what causes disease. So allowing our time on our mats to support us in the releasing of that, of the toxins and the negative energy, so that we can maintain that sense of balance and health within. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to take the hands behind, coming onto a seat, reaching the legs out in front. We'll inhale the arms up. On the exhale, diving forward, tucking the chin into the chest, just getting a stretch to the back of the legs. Taking a deep breath in here. On the exhale, coming back to a comfortable seat. From here, doing a very gentle twist before we end our practice today. So twisting to the right-hand side, left hand comes to the knee, fingers come behind, and we press into that, looking over the shoulder. Again, final opportunity to release anything that's not serving you in this moment right now. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we twist through center, other side. So gently pressing into the knee, looking further back over the shoulder, releasing through the spine, bringing equilibrium and balance back into the body. We'll take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we come back through center. Palms are on the lap in a gesture of grounding, and we'll gently close the eyes. Just take these final moments of class to connect to the peaceful energy within. Knowing that this peaceful existence, bliss, happiness, joy, and love is always accessible to us at any time. By shutting off the external noise, bringing our awareness within, and inviting in that sense of peace into our hearts. So we get to choose to live life in fear and doubt, or we can choose to live and love, compassion, and acceptance. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, we have the power to choose our response. And in that space lies our freedom. Namaste. Hope you all have a beautiful day. I'll see you all tomorrow.